A dragon found the abandoned baby, but no one expected who would show up claiming the child. The dragon did not often fly so low, but something had called to her that night. Something small, fragile, a whisper beneath the thunder of her wings. It lay in a basket woven of rushes and lined with sky silk. A baby, a human baby, left on a stone outcrop in the middle of the Moonspine Mountains, where no human dare venture and no creature ever linger for long. The child did not cry, just blinked up at the stars and at the dragon. She landed, talons crackling frost into the rock, her great head lowered, glowing eyes narrowing at the strange bundle. A golden locket hung from the child's neck. The dragon nosed the child gently, warm, alive, and unafraid. Something ancient stirred in her heart, and so she took the baby. The mountain folk told stories of the Frost Mother, an ancient white dragon who slept in the caves of Farleth's spine. They said she once crushed an entire army in defense of a grove of elk. Others claimed she could speak, though few had lived to confirm it. When word spread that the Frost Mother had taken in a child, the valleys below exploded with rumor. Witch-born, said the priest of Halberth. A dragon sacrifice that went wrong, muttered the old crone. Or maybe, whispered stable boy, she's just lonely. For 3 years, the child lived in the frost caves. The dragon wrapped her in wings during blizzards, fed her berries from her hunts, and warmed water with a puff of flame for her baths. She did not speak with words, but the child, whom the dragon named Luma, understood her thoughts like music through the soul. They were not mother and daughter by blood, but by choice. They became something even older. Then, on the day the northern lights shimmered blood-red, someone came, not from the mountain, not from the valleys, but from the sky. A great ship tore the clouds above the peak, a shape of gold and onyx, smooth as a blade, humming with energy the dragon had not felt since the old war. It landed not far from the cave. Figures emerged, tall, clad in midnight armor that flickered with stars. Not human, not elf, something else. The leader stepped forward, removing their helmet. Silver skin, eyes like twin galaxies, a voice that rang through stone and bone. I have come for the child. The dragon's roar shook snow from mountaintops. The stranger did not flinch. She was left here under a seal of concealment, meant to protect her until she could be retrieved. They said, her name is Alisven, and she is not human. The dragon narrowed her eyes, shielding Luma Alisven with her wing. She is not yours, came the thought speak, deep as glaciers. She is mine. The alien figure gave a slow, respectful nod. Then hear the truth. She is the last heir of Elaris, the star-born kin who vanished when their world fell. We hid her here on your world, because we knew you would protect what others would destroy. She was abandoned. The dragon's growl was low and thunderous. She was saved, by you, and now we ask you to let her choose. They waited. Luma stood between the dragon and the shimmering visitors. She was only 3, but her eyes shimmered faintly now, like stardust dancing under her lashes. Her fingers reached toward the stranger, then paused. She turned back to the dragon. No, go, she said softly, pressing a small hand to the dragon's scaled cheek. Stay. The dragon nuzzled her, slow and warm. The star being knelt. She belongs to both worlds now, and she should know them both. We will not take her forever, only teach her who she is. We will return her to you. That is a vow written in the void. A silence. Then the dragon stepped aside, but only slightly. She would not stop Luma from learning, but the skies would burn before anyone took her forever. The star beings left at dusk, with Luma seated beside the silver-skinned leader in a hoverpod, waving a tiny hand through the window. She wore the golden locket still, the one she had when the dragon first found her. And inside that locket was a picture. One side showed two unknown figures, tall and glowing. The other had been empty. Now, it held a tiny sketch the child had drawn in charcoal. A dragon, wings wrapped around a smiling girl. 3 seasons passed. Then the skies cracked again. The ship returned. And this time, Luma flew on her own. Not with wings, but with light. She hovered down the cave and ran into the dragon's waiting claws. "She chose to return," said the leader. "She chose you." "But she is both," the dragon rumbled. "Yes, and one day she may lead us all, not as a weapon, but as a bridge." From then on, tales spread across the world of the girl who called a dragon mother, of the star-born heir who walked among mortals, of the bond between beast and child, forged not in blood, but in love. And every so often, when the moon was high and the stars hummed, one could see a figure riding a dragon across the sky, leaving stardust in her wake.